This is the Halftime Show with Omar Adori on Pulse 95.
It sure is that time. It's the Halftime Show with Omar Adori. I am your host, covering everything sport, international and local. Hope you're having a blessed day wherever you're tuned in around the world, whether it's 95 FM, Pulse95Radio.com, our app, Sharjah Broadcasting Authority, or if you're chilling at home watching us live on YouTube. Listen, I came into the studio today. I'm looking around, man, and I can really feel it's Ramadan. Looking at like Umniya and Ray, and they're like proper dazed. But anyway, I'm in a good mood, and we're going to have a good show. Why? Because we've got a couple of things on the menu today. There's a lot to talk about in the world at the moment with sports using social media boycott to deliver the message of taking out online bullying, racism, and all that good stuff. Now, the Super League identified how much power we have, and now this is a blessing of utilizing that power into a boycott that's going to go into just taking the Football Federation, PFA, FA, everything online, taking it away from everyone for a week to make a stance. That's the first thing. Yes, Fahad, that's right. UFC 261 just happened. Usman versus Masvidal. We spoke about that coming into this fight. It did not disappoint. Actually, the whole card was phenomenal. So we're going to break that down. Rose Namajunas against Zhang Wei Li as well. Oh my God, that head kick. Andrade against Shevchenko as well. And the leg break of Weidman was heartbreaking. That is just one other segment we're talking about on the show today. We're also talking about Manchester City versus Spurs. No Mourinho, no problem. Spurs failed to deliver another trophy. Pep has another trophy to his cabinet. 4 trophies in the Carling Cup for him. And we're taking all your questions. What's up, people who are tuning on Instagram? Frank, what a class. Amino, Abdullah, Rashid, MD, Fahad, Terry. Who else? We got Kulthum, Sophia, and did I miss anyone else? And of course, Fatima's always tuned in. All right, guys, have a great little mini break. I'm going to play you some Amy Winehouse, man. I love this cover, and we'll be right back to tackle this show together. Let's do this.
This is the Halftime Show with Omar Al-Duri on Pulse 95.
It sure is that time, and we vibing here on the Halftime Show. Hope you're having a wicked day. All right, plenty to get our teeth stuck into. UFC 261 definitely lived up to the expectation. Now, coming into this, we saw the fans return to the stadium to witness an incredible night of action. The highs, the lows in Jacksonville, Florida, as Kamaru Usman delivers a devastating message to the division. That was one thing. The Usman-Masvidal fight. Now, we can't start anywhere but there at the moment. Now, if you haven't watched the fight and you're a fan of mixed martial arts, or even if you're not a fan of mixed martial arts and want to see two styles, two characters that are able to deliver on the biggest stage with 15,000 fans available, oh my God. Kamaru Usman was one person we thought, you know what, with his wrestling background, he's going to pretty much grapple and wrestle Masvidal, who is well known for his striking. Only for us to see Kamaru Usman deliver a devastating blow as he slapped the left hook, straight right hand down the middle, left head to the left side, and out of line of the vision of Masvidal, delivering a devastating knockout blow in the championship fight, which saw people shocked. It was fantastic. Loved seeing that. Even though, to be honest with you, it was a great card altogether. And I'm a fan of Masvidal. You know, I definitely am a fan of his. And with the training camp, I really thought it would be a lot closer. But wow, what a fight. And like we said, there are levels to this game. Kamaru Usman said it himself, and he justified it with that performance. He said he wanted a flawless performance. He looked pretty good to me. The technique, the movement, the ability to get out of line of Masvidal's shots. He tried a couple of knees, and there were a couple of warning signs as we saw, Usman knock out Colby Covington with that right hand. We saw it again in a devastating fashion. The first time Masvidal's been knocked out in 50 fights in that manner, which was unreal. Rose Namajunas, another one we need to talk about as well. When we talk about self-affirmation, we talk about people, believing themselves, actually talking, positive things to themselves. And I was speaking to someone about this earlier. Shout out to Rochelle. When you saw Rose Namajunas come into the octagon, she was saying, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best. She kept repeating it, and you could see the focus in her mind, in her eyes, the way she carried herself against, Zhang Wei Li is a serious competitor, and of course the champion prior to this fight. But looking at the feints and looking at the way stylistically this match was up, we thought this could go anyway. But the thing that I liked about this fight is Rose's feints all had purpose. She feinted to go low with a low kick, and that retracted Zhang Weili's left leg backwards, which then opened up the head kick and actually went through the guard, totally catching her off guard and knocking her out. Some people said it was an early stoppage. You know, for the fight, you'd like it to carry on, but for the health of Zhang Weili, it was the right decision by the referee. And Rose Namajunas, man, you know, when you watch people grow, wow, so happy that she won that. And it was a defensive mistake by Zhang Weili, but she will learn from that. And maybe the fact that she hasn't been challenged like this for a while just keeps it very interesting. And Jessica Andrade against Shevchenko, no surprise in that. Shevchenko was dominant and still champion. Again, she did a little dance at the end, which was kind of cute. And then you've got Chris Weidman against Uriah Hall. That is one of the most devastating leg breaks you're going to see. It's not for the faint-hearted. Chris Weidman, ironically, Anderson Silva had broken his shin kicking Weidman in the past. And Weidman did the same thing with Uriah Hall. Uriah Hall being the first person to ever win without landing a single blow. So seeing that was definitely devastating. I did watch it twice though, and I'm surprised they actually showed the replays to that. But UFC 261 delivered. It was such... Maybe it was because of the fans. Maybe the pressure got to some of the fighters. Watching, you know, the calmness, the coolness of some of the fighters maybe go out the window as soon as you see the nerves. You even heard Kamaru Usman saying to Masvidal, you know, it's been a long time since I've been nervous, and rightfully so. And he delivered again. The fans were behind him. The fans were actually booing Kamaru Usman and Zhang Weili, who I'm sure are not used to being booed. But obviously with Masvidal's affiliation with Miami, and also, you know, Rose Namajunas being from the US, you could kind of see that, you know, they were going to be vocal about that. So I was watching that, and I watched it again this morning, and wow, what a fight. The whole card, UFC 261, did deliver, but now it sets the bar high. Is it going to be like this from now on? Are these fights going to be knockout fights, you know, fights that people want to see? It's raising the bar high, and when you see people demanding money like John Jones, you've got obviously Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier coming back into it. Ezra Adesanya is going to be fighting soon. You know, the expectations are high now, and it shows exactly the levels to this game. So I'm very, very excited to see what's going to happen. Coming up next, sports uses social media to boycott, you know, online abuse. People are trolling and sending messages online. Finally, because of the ESR, the European Super League, it's shown us the power that we kind of have as fans, as voices, as coaches, as players. So we're going to get together to actually make this statement. So stay tuned for more on the only place to be at 3, the Halftime Show on Pulse 95.
This is the Halftime Show with Omar Al-Duri on Pulse 95.
It sure is that time, and we're having a good time here on the Halftime Show on Pulse 95 Radio. By the way, we have a riddle of the day. And if you are in the UAE, you get a chance to participate and win 500 dirhams. All you got to do is text 4215 Electrolytes or do, and tune in to the evening karak, with Aisha Al-Mazmi and Mikael Atiyah at 9:30 p.m. and you get to win 500 dirhams. Okay, the riddle is, you don't need a doctor and no need for Google to answer this riddle with logic. How many apples can someone eat on an empty stomach? That is the riddle of the day, courtesy of Pulse 95 Radio. So yeah, if you know the answer, you can win 500 dirhams. Text us on 4215 Electrolytes or do, and it will be announced tonight on the evening karak at 9:30 p.m. Right, okay, on the show today, we just spoke about the UFC 261, and up next, social media. Now, we often talk about social media and the lack of power of it sometimes when it comes down to important things such as online abuse, racism, etc., etc. But this is actually really good. Premier League clubs join 4-day move to tackle abuse. The Premier League, English Football League and Women's Super League will join in a 4-day boycott of social media platforms in an effort to combat abuse and discrimination. The boycott will start on the 30th of April. The Football Association, as well as league bodies and other organizations, including anti-discrimination charity Kick It Out, will also be involved. Right, okay, so there has been a positive out of this ESR, European Super League hysteria, is it showed how active we can get and how our voices can be heard. So I think now we're starting to use that energy onto things that matter, such as online abuse. And we've seen people like Thierry Henry jump off social media to make a point. We've seen the Black Lives Matter rule. We've seen the knee. We've seen all sorts of stuff. This is actually going to be quite good because it's going to kind of unite people again to get together for a good cause. So yes, that's going to be happening very soon. I've also heard today that Spotify owner EK or Ek, who's 38 and Swedish, is proposedly taking over Arsenal. Oh my God. Yes. Oh my God. I can't wait to hear more about that. Thierry Henry, Dennis Bergkamp and Patrick Vieira apparently are backing him to take over Arsenal. Now that will cost you about 2.2 billion. So it's not really chump change, but hey, the person's estimated to be of value of 4.2 billion, and he will be thinking of putting that into practice. Couple of shout outs to Abdullah, Mustafa, Subi, Terry, Rawan. Who else do I have here? Rawan has been telling me all about cannoli. Fahad and Kurthum and Sophia, who asked a great question. What's your take on Flick leaving Bayern Munich? You know what, Sophia? I think it shows that he's won everything with Bayern Munich. He's probably had enough of the voices that are surrounding it, Salihamidzic and all that. And I think maybe he's looking at a challenge. Now, there has been talk that he might be taking over Germany because Joachim Löw will be stepping down from Germany after the Euros. So it might be actually a great decision from him. And you know what? Sometimes coaches want challenges. They want to be challenged. They want to be, stimulated in something new. So that's how I look at it. Yes, he's won, the Champions League. Yes, he's won the Bundesliga. Maybe he's looking at tackling international football. Maybe, and I'm just throwing this out there, maybe he might take a challenge in the Premier League. Maybe a vacant job that's, open that Mourinho just got sacked from. They just lost the cup final yesterday. Just saying, sorry, Tottenham fans. I can't help it. I try and stay biased. I'm biased, but I'm biased. So you never know. So with Hansi Flick, I think it's like with Pep Guardiola. When he was at Barcelona and he achieved all those things, he said, why leave Barcelona? This is going to be a legacy, etc. He moved. He went to Bayern. He won over there. He moved. He went to City. He's won over here. So I think now, every now and then, a coach needs a challenge to stimulate their brain. I think that's probably why he's leaving. And also, like I said, I think the hierarchy at Bayern Munich has caused him to just say, I've had enough. And that's probably why he's leaving. Mustafa, that free Spotify premium account to all Arsenal. He said, Mustafa, that's why you're my guy, man. If I could get a free Spotify premium account because Arsenal owner is going to be Spotify, that's going to be fantastic. Oh my God, that would be great. Okay, there's a riddle of the day and a chance for you to win 500 dirhams if you're in the UAE. You don't need a doctor and no need for Google to answer this riddle with the logic. How many apples can someone eat on an empty stomach? Send in your answers to 4215 Itasalat or do and let us know. And tonight it will be announced on the evening Karak show with Aisha Al-Mazmi and Mikal Atiyah at 9:30 p.m. on Pulse 95 Radio. Let me know what the answers are. And hopefully you get to win 500 dirhams. Okay, coming up next. Yes, the cup final happened yesterday. Manchester City versus Spurs. Mourinho got sacked a week ago. Daniel Levy was in the spotlight. The English leagues have been embarrassed by the European Super League conundrum. And now we're going to be talking about that. Tottenham fans, you've been quiet, man. What's happening, Tottenham fans? You guys were loud earlier this season, gassed and everything, and now it's the same old thing. Okay, guys, we'll be right back after the break. Here, I'm going to play you some Rihanna Diamonds. I know you liked the cover last time. Enjoy this, and I'll see you in a bit.
This is the Halftime Show with Omar Al-Duri on Pulse 95.
Yes, it is that time. It's the Halftime Show with Omar Al-Duri. I'm your host, covering everything sport, international, local. I mean, what a show we've had so far. UFC 261 saw the fans return to the stadium to witness an incredible night. We discussed the highs and the lows in Jacksonville as Kamaru Usman delivers a devastating message in the division with his knockout against Jorge Masvidal. A slap left hook, a straight right hand, his head out of the channel, and straight boom landed right in Masvidal's face. The first knockout that we saw in Masvidal's career. 50 fights, one knockout, and boy did he deliver. What a fight. Rose Namaunis as well with a feint low kick into a high kick through the guard as well against Zhang Wei Li becoming champion. Man, it was great. We also spoke about how social media is boycotting, how the Premier League is boycotting social media from the 30th of April. Great message. It's showing that the power that we have following the ESR mess and the European Super League conundrum is now we're showing that we can actually get together for more important things such as racism and online abuse, which is fantastic. Now we are talking about Manchester City versus Spurs. Now coming into this, Jose Mourinho got sacked 1 week before the final. Danny Levy probably had a plan in mind and probably couldn't keep Mourinho or justify keeping Mourinho if Mourinho had won. But the question I would ask you, would Mourinho have pulled off a better show than yesterday? And the answer is probably yes. Seeing Son in tears at the end probably signals that this could be his last attempt at a trophy with Tottenham. Harry Kane has obviously been the talk of the town, and where's he going to go to? Let's talk about Pep Guardiola as well. 4th Carabao Cup in a row, another trophy. He just keeps doing it. You know, the people that doubt him and the people that doubt his coaching, hey, listen, when you're winning, no one can say anything. And he's got the Champions League coming up this week. You know, he's delivered. He's delivered 100%. And he's got the league as well, which looks like it's a foregone conclusion. So I'm telling you now, what next for Pep Guardiola? What next for Harry Kane? Tottenham fans, if you're still out there and if you're still listening, where is he going to leave? Is he going to leave? And where's he going to go? And who would you like to see next boss for Tottenham? It's up in the air at the moment. You know, it's not looking good for Spurs at the moment. I don't feel sorry for them, but I feel for, you know, the fans who have believed they're going to win something this season and it hasn't really happened. So no Mourinho. Big problem. I think 99 problems, but Mourinho isn't one. Definitely the title of this segment now. Manchester City march on. They've got another big match coming up this week. You've got the Champions League happening as well. You know, tomorrow and after tomorrow. So I'm sure we'll have a lot to talk about on Wednesday. And also I was asking a question to all those people who tuned in on the Instagram during the break. Who would you like to see on the show? I know I'd like to bring on different guests from different backgrounds. I've had trainers, coaches, sports scientists, agents, doctors. You know, I've had all sorts of people related. I've had color psychologists as well. That was pretty interesting. The Iceman on recovery. I've had all sorts of people on here, but I'd like to hear from you guys who you'd like to see on the show. There is a riddle today and a chance for you to win 500 dirhams here at Pulse 95 Radio. You don't need a doctor and no need for Google to answer this with logic. How many apples can someone eat on an empty stomach? Text your answer into 4215 Ittasalat or do, and tune in at 9:30 tonight on the Evening Karak to have a chance to win 500 dirhams. I've already got quite a few messages already, probably the most messages I've ever got because there's a prize on the line from a few people. Please make sure you put your name as well, so when we do call out the winner tonight, you can see I've got Rajesh here, Mahmoud, someone else who said I've already won once and I need to win again. Couple of answers here, and some people sending multiples. All right, so we're going to take a little break here. I've got some Celine Dion for you guys who like Celine Dion. And then once we're back, we'll have our final segment. We'll be answering all your questions. Enjoy, folks. See you in a bit.
This is the Halftime Show with Omar Al-Duri on Pulse 95.
Yes, we are back, and we're back live in the heart of Sharjah on Pulse 95 Radio. Tune into the Halftime Show. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you did miss the show, don't worry. You can catch it on Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud if you like some podcasts. Or if you prefer a visual, head over to the YouTube channel, Pulse 95 Radio, and we are there. Some wicked questions coming in during the break, and I will try and explain myself as we get through it. Right, okay, so question number one. That wasn't Celine Dion. No, it wasn't. It was a cover. Let's talk about hiring you a new DJ. How are you recovering in Ramadan? Okay, good question. There's a combination of techniques, obviously, I'm doing in Ramadan, Masoud, to be honest. One of them is a lot of the massage gun stuff. So just some self-massage with the massage gun, that's one thing. Ice therapy, that's another thing that I normally speak about. Breath work is something else. But probably the thing I should be doing a bit better is sleep. I'm not really sleeping that well because I normally pray morning prayers at 4:30. So in the back of my mind, if there's like a couple of hours left, I'm thinking I don't want to sleep and wake up. So I kind of stay up the whole way, which is kind of crazy. But I do that. Okay, that's answering your question. Who else have we got? Lara, are you taking any extra vitamins in Ramadan with the fasting and working out? It's a very good question, Lara. I think with vitamins and supplements, I think they're only key if you're not getting them in your natural food. So the first thing that I would recommend is electrolytes, because a lot of us think we got to jug down water, but see, you lose a lot of salts as well and sodium. So electrolytes is one thing. Vitamin B vitamin B12, yep, and vitamin C is normally what I'll take, and glutamine. Those are the three. There's these really good vitamins that we take in shot form, and they're pretty solid as well, and they help me. So hope that helps. How do you lift your energy and mood when you feel to give up? You know what, Masood? Surround yourself with good people. I think that's one of the key things. We all get those kind of days, but I think surrounding yourself with good people, whether it's in a gym environment or whether it's just at home or family or friends. And if you don't have your family and friends with you, just be surrounded by them. Just give them a call, go on Zoom, create, some good conversation and just be positive. It's really good to be able to speak to someone that kind of knows your value and worth, and they'll always be able to lift you up. So I hope that helps, Masood. Keep your energies up, my bro. What are ways you suggest to boosting energy after listening to depressing music? Go to your car, keep the windows up, and play your favorite playlist. That's what I'm about to do once I'm done with here. Who have we got here? Imran, Arij, Muhammad. Sleep is challenging in Ramadan. Yes, it is. And Masood says that was powerful. Thank you very much, Masood. I hope that helps. And yes, guys, we are reaching full time on the halftime show. There's a lot of things that we can take from today, and I'm sure you enjoyed the show. UFC 261. We spoke about social media boycott. We spoke about Manchester City versus Spurs, and we also asked you questions about vitamins and also supplementation when it comes down to Ramadan and how you kind of lift your mood up. Also, if you missed the show the other day, I had tips on training the brain, which will also help you get through Ramadan. Of course, with fasting, change of schedule, work schedule, different stresses, family, all sorts of stuff. Check out that show, and that should also help as well. Right, we have reached full time. Hope you've had a blessed day. Coming up next, got the legends Big Hass and Anna Schofield on Pulse 95 Radio. Can't wait to hear them on the way back from this show. Have a great day, guys, and I will see you back here on Wednesday with plenty more action on the only place to be at 3, the halftime show on Pulse 95.
If you liked this episode of The Halftime Show, drop a like and subscribe.
95.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram for all our daily updates and top stories.